Starfleet Underground. Every week, we'll take a look at the latest Star Trek news and then check out a current or classic episode of Star Trek. This week, we attempt to answer your questions and comments. We get all warm and fuzzy talking about pets. We order up some toast with a brand new Picard Toaster and find out which character in Picard you wanted to get more of besides Hugh. Plus, some workout tips with our special guest, Nerdy Girl Fitness 1701.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Starfleet Underground, or if this is your first time, welcome aboard. My name is Nathan Adams. I'm captain of this vessel here, and we have our crew, Fred, who we were planning to surprise, but it looks like Section 31 jumped in and beamed him away for his birthday. Lord knows what they're doing with him. Wait, I keep hearing kind of like noises as somebody's running. Who the hell is on this ship still? What is it?
I'm sorry, I was jogging.
Holy crap.
Hey,
I didn't even know you beamed aboard.
Yeah, I was on an Andorian freighter, but they were making me feel kind of blue. So I decided to come on over and take a jog over here. Whew. How you guys doing?
Introduce yourself.
Hi,
Who are
my
you?
name is Lana. My name is Lana, or Nerdy Girl Fitness 1701. I'm, a chief morale officer, and I kind of bounce around from ship to ship, helping everybody feel kind of healthy and fit.
Is
it okay if I hang out with you guys?
Oh, yeah. Please, we'd welcome. We always like people to jump in and everything. And your outfit, oh my God, I haven't seen that since it was on the Enterprise. That jogging outfit is just gorgeous.
Oh, thank you so much. I like to sparkle and shine.
Is it okay if I join your class later today?
Oh, I would love it.
Yay.
Definitely.
Awesome.
The more the merrier. I like to go out and do fitness classes on subspace, communication, so everyone can join.
Sweet.
That's going to be pretty awesome. I'll see if I can get since Fred's not here to wrangle the Tribbles, I'll try to make sure you guys' room is Tribble free.
Yeah, I've been tripping over them. There are a lot of them in the hallway. Like, what's going on with that?
He keeps feeding them.
Seriously, they know daddy's away, so they're misbehaving. They're all over the place.
Yeah, and they got really good at begging. So they go, they hang out in the bar, and they just sit there with their big eyes staring at people, and they just give them food, and we keep multiplying. And
don't feed the Tribbles.
Seriously,
not supposed to.
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have given him any Rock-to-Gino.
Oh
no! That explains it, because I don't wear slippers in my quarters, and I had my feet down, getting ready to do this broadcast, and I heard a sound like nom 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 on my big toe. It was a friggin' Tribble trying to nosh my big toe.
I got out of the shower the other day, and one was licking my foot. What's up with that?
Yeah.
Seriously.
I was in the holodeck too the other day, and they keep going in there, but nobody picks up after them, and I'm just stepping in stuff left and right, and it's so annoying.
You're stepping in stuff?
Well, shit,
Yeah,
but I didn't want to say,
yeah.
I should have said triple shit. I mean, we're explicit, so, I say fuck all the time. I mean, Jesus.
Calm down, Heather. Calm down. It's okay.
But I will say, when you first step on Tribble shit, it squeezes through your toes like silly putty.
Yeah, it is.
Ooey.
And when you have the holodeck on and you don't see it and you're just stepping in it one right after the other, it's
I try not to be barefoot in the holodeck.
Yeah, I can't use the
that's
holodeck
not a good
anymore.
idea.
No, you don't know if it's real shit or hello shit. So not good. Now that we have also Heather, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Heather. I'm the science officer. I'm the one that gets mad at Fred's Tribbles.
And then we have Rocky.
Hello, up in engineering, or down in engineering, as it may be.
Oh, you keep moving that place.
Technically, in space, it could be up, and we just fly inverted,
Oh, that's true. Wasn't it the other day that one of our members, when we showed them Earth, they swore it wasn't Earth, and that was because it was upside down. They didn't recognize it.
That happens sometimes, yeah.
Yup.
Your point of reference, if the globe is, if you're used to the globe from one side of the country or one side of the world, and they spin it the wrong way, and everyone, grows up looking at it that way, and some joker mounted it upside down is what happened. Long time ago.
They were so confused. They didn't know that's Earth. Yeah, it is. Well, today, our show is being brought to you by Section 31. Why, we don't know, but they really like us. And we're the podcast where our shields are always at maximum. One of the things we're going to try to do here is we're going to send a subspace because we don't know where Section 31 has got Fred, but we decided to do this. Everybody's ready?
Ready?
Are we singing it in the original Klingon?
No, my translator is down. So.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
All right, so let's go.
Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
Happy birthday,
dear
Fred.
Cha cha cha.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, wow. I've never seen Section 31 leave so quick.
That was amazing.
Next time we should do it drunk.
Out so fast. Seriously. Oh, so happy birthday, Fred. We can't wait till you rejoin us. So this time we're going to be talking on this episode. We're going to be talking about questions and bloopers and things that people have written into us. And some of the comments have been really interesting and thought-provoking. And I'd probably like to start with one of them that really got me kind of like, first off, we're going to do about Picard being a golem. So we had the discussion last episode whether or not, if it's the same Picard. Somebody went one step further and asked, does he have the same fingerprints and blood type?
Ooh, that's very specific.
Yeah.
Very.
That's much more specific. I did a Twitter poll asking if Picard was still Picard, or is he just a simulation of Picard?
What'd you get?
Well, there's technically an hour left in the Twitter poll, so I may not get the last hour's worth of numbers in here. But 42% said he was still Picard, 19% said he was a simulation, and 39% said, Toaster, let's talk Battlestar Galactica.
Yes, I like the toaster one.
They did not call him a skin job.
Yeah. So Picard's a skin job. He's a freaking toaster. And,
skin job.
And it was very funny because a couple people started arguing back and forth on whether or not Picard was sexier in Next Generation or in the current iteration. And that was just like, oh, guys, just let's group hug and I'll give you a waffle from a brand new toaster from Picard Toast.
They would rather have the Picard sex doll.
Yeah, not batteries not included.
The Picard Sex Toaster.
Yeah.
Be careful what you insert into the toaster.
Yeah, don't put that in the toaster. Oh my goodness.
It's electrifying.
It's a little too hot. Might burn something.
Oh my God.
Ouch.
Don't burn your toast.
It's electric.
It's electric. To answer your question, Nathan, so he wouldn't have the same fingerprints because they made the golem before they even knew Picard was going to be in it. And then also, does he have the same blood? Well, does Data have blood? Does Soji have blood?
Yeah, Soji does.
But does Data?
Soji has blood and mucus.
And mucus,
but
right.
Data didn't.
But Data didn't. Okay.
I think the golem would have blood because of all the other sentient beings that he made. The synths have blood, so I would think his golem would have blood.
In
Because that was
case,
originally meant for the Doctor dude.
Right.
Dr. Alton, yes.
Right, so it wouldn't have his fingerprints?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. In his blood, because where did they get the blood from?
Well,
they can't get the blood from other synths. Like, it's either Soon's blood or...
It's a very interesting question because the golem's grown. You grow the flesh around the technology. So, yeah, you would think that it would be just like that it would be preset to be just like, if what Dr. Alton wanted it to be from the start. But then again, it comes out and it looks like Picard at the end.
Right.
So I would think in some part of the cooking process, that you can just punch in the little DNA codes, and then suddenly it gets the DNA, and then you just punch in a year, and then that's what you come out with.
I thought it was like a holographic face, like when you go to Disneyland and you're riding in the haunted house, and you know how they have those faces like holographed on the. That's what I was thinking. It was an advanced version of that.
You know, the animatronics in Disneyland. I'm still reeling back from that. That was so much fun. Just the Guardians of the Galaxy one, the raccoon was just so realistic. I couldn't believe it.
So good.
It was
that was
so
amazing.
awesome. And then if you do that new Star Wars one, that dropped my jaw.
I have not gone there yet.
Of course, there's no lines right now, right? No lines at all.
No, the cats are enjoying it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Disney cats.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. For those of you that don't know, a little trivia for you. In Disneyland on Earth, when the park is closed, they have cats that run around, control the mice population, which is kind of rude if you think. But they do catch and spade and neuter all the cats that they let live on the property. But sometimes you can actually catch them wandering around during the day.
Do they put the cats on there specifically to catch the mice, or are they just stray cats that they just let them, roam around because it helps with the mice?
It's the latter. They're stray cats that get onto the property and they wind up living there, raising their own litter and everything else.
Now,
But
what
they
are
have
the
like
cats?
their own Instagram account, right?
I believe
My
so.
sister said that the cats
Oh
have an
my God.
Instagram account, and she was like,
Oh, my God.
recognized one of them when she was there one time.
Oh, my God. I need to see that.
I was like, really? That's
Well, then
cool.
why don't you guys just get a bunch of glommers and put it on your ship and take a page out of Disneyland's playbook?
Fred
We
hogs
have
the glommers.
Yeah, he does.
Fred is really, really stingy with the glommers. We
Yeah, let's talk
really
about
tried.
Fred since he's
man.
not here. Let's talk about Fred here.
And Glommers and Tribbles don't mix very well. The noise, the
No.
barking, the squealing, it's not cool.
Oh, like my dog barking at the squirrel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Only the Tribble doesn't the Tribbles aren't that good. They don't run away.
I don't know what Fred does. The other day I walked past his quarters and I could have swore I heard somebody, "Happy birthday, Mr. President." So I don't know who he's creating in there. But he's doing his mad scientist stuff. That's for certain.
Maybe he dresses Tribbles up.
Right? Did he put one of those at-home holodecks into his quarters?
He might have. He won't let anybody in there. He changed the security code. I'm supposed to be able to go in and take a look as captain of the vessel.
I tell
But
you,
nope.
there's one thing you don't want to know about, and it's called Tribble Porn.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. They have a
I'm
Maryland
looking that up
Monroe
right now.
Tribble.
Don't ever ask Fred about Tribble Porn, okay? He will not stop. Just stop. He kept going. I had to leave the room.
So if the Tribble purrs, is his response, "Oh, baby, don't talk dirty."
Oh.
Nice Tribble.
Oh, my God. Oh, okay. I think we've taken the car on the road and went off road through the barriers and everything else. So let's see if we can wrangle it back a little bit. Got a question for you there, Lana. This tale that you're very detailed oriented because of your exercise routine. Have you found any gaps or goofs on Picard that you've managed to come across?
It's really funny because my husband makes fun of me because I'm always multitasking. So sometimes I'm on my computer when I'm watching. But because of you guys, I actually watched it again this week. I watched all of it again, and I only caught one thing that I thought was kind of funny. And you guys messing up everyone's names will appreciate this because I did post it. I don't remember. It was Narek, isn't it? Narek the man, his
Narek's the
sister?
Romulan brother.
Right.
He's the shady dude.
Right. She was talking with him, their subspace communication. And I'm just looking at it. For once, I'm actually looking at it and not on subspace communications with everybody talking about Tribble Porn. And I noticed her pips, and one scene were stuck together. And then the next scene they were fixed. And then the next scene they were stuck together again, like they really loved each other a lot. And they really wanted to be together. And they just couldn't rip themselves apart. And I was like, oh my God, I actually noticed something. Because I never noticed anything. And I never remember anything. And I love everything. And I get made fun of about that so much. But I caught that one thing and I felt so proud of
That's
myself.
cool.
That is
Mating
cool.
pips.
Even her pips are freaky.
Yeah, they're so freaky deaky.
Yeah, her pips were mating.
Oh, it's funny.
They're trying to make more pips. She wants to be higher rank.
That's not how it works, but fascinating.
I'm going to go take all my pips and put them together now. I'm going to be a higher rank.
We should try that and see what happens. Oh no, Fred's going to hear this and now he's going to have pips in his room too.
Fred and the pips.
I already have
like
one pip over here.
Oh yeah, that's true. The little one you got there.
Yep. I named her after Pip. The Pips.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. She's got for those of you that don't know, in Heather's quarters, she has a dog, almost like Portos, but it's different from Portos. It's what breed?
It's an earth dog, Pomeranian poodle, and she is very vocal. She's 13 years old, so she's very, very old, and her name is Pip.
Oh,
that's so cute.
Yeah.
Now, for dog lovers, describe her.
Oh, goodness. She's small. She's cute. She has white, fluffy hair that's really soft when you pet her. She's a little bitch. She's a definition of the word bitch. I love her to death, but she is a bitch. She thinks she's like a tough man. She has little man syndrome. So she will sit there and bark and try to start fights with like a Doberman, German Shepherd, like any dog that's bigger than her that will kill her. She tries to start a fight with. And I'm like, Jesus, Pip, don't do that. She is so vocal that if she was human, I don't know if I would like her very much because she just tells me exactly what she thinks. And we sit there and have a conversation and she will literally respond to me like,
Oh.
and if I come home late, like if I'm gone for a long time and I come home, she'll bark at me to tell me how much she's not happy about that. And if I don't wake up at the right time, then she will sit there and bark at me to wake me up. Or she'll open up the window or do all of them.
Wow.
Yeah. She's a personality.
That's pretty cool.
I can relate to that. I have a couple earth dogs myself, and my Alaskan Malamute Patriot does the same thing. I'll tell him sit, and he goes, row, row, row. Like, no. Gotta love those earth pets.
Right? Especially when they have a personality like that.
Oh, yeah.
See, now that's pretty cool. How about you? You have any pets there in your quarters there, Rocky?
We've got cats. We have 3 cats, and one of them likes to, if you walk in with a bag of food, like you have some chicken nuggets or whatever, he'll sit in your lap and watch you eat real closely, and then he'll start tapping you with his paw and saying meow. And it's just like, give me. It's just like, and he's doing it with his paw. He's just, pawing at you. Just, I want some of this. And you're like, no, go away. And he's like, give me. And he's like, no, go away. Stop. The last couple of days, I've actually eaten lunch outside and left him in the house. So just to get away from that harassment.
That is so cute.
I bet he was at the window giving you an evil eye.
Probably.
It's like, mine?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
How about you, Nathan? Do you have any pets?
No, I used to have tons of pets. I had a Dobie when I was younger, and I had a gray male parrot that the only story I can give about him, he was hysterical because I used to train him, and I had him on a cage, and the cage would be locked. And I would come home and I would find like little bird seed on the floor and couldn't figure out that I was that messy. One day I came home an hour early, opened the door, and that little bugger was running across the floor, the bird seed, climbed in his cage, closed the door, and relocked it. And then
oh my God.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
That's so funny.
And I didn't get my little water pistol to shoot him with water. He figured that I must be cool with it. And he'd unlock the cage and then come and get on my shoulder and climb down my shirt and then peek through my button and watch TV with me.
Oh, that's so cute.
So he was adorable.
That is so
now,
cute.
You notice that it seems that Picard here doesn't have animals. It seemed like he didn't like children, which was interesting. Only Starfleet, who is the only Starfleet that we know of that had pets on board is Archer.
Well,
right?
I think out of the whole Starfleet, our ship is the one that has the most animals. And we've gotten some problems with, upper management for that. Like they keep
this is
knocking
true.
at us. Yeah.
They don't send us on all the good diplomatic missions just because we've got lots of pets.
Exactly. They don't want, the guests to smell that.
Didn't Jean-Luc have a lionfish
Oh, wait.
in his ready room? in Next
That's
Gen.
true. He did have the fish in the aquarium. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I had a name too. I forgot the name of the fish.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, you're near the engineering console. What can you find on the console about Jean-Luc's fish there, Rocky?
I was about to ask Alexa about it. Let's see here.
Hold on, I'll see if I can
Livingston.
Find it. Oh, bingo.
Livingston.
Mr. Livingston, I presume.
Yeah, it was a lionfish named Livingston.
I wonder what happened to it when the Enterprise crashed.
Oh.
You don't want to know. Maybe they flushed it before it.
Maybe they made a golem of him.
A golem, yeah, there you go.
A little bit of rumor. I know I skipped over that today. The person who did the music for Picard and Discovery is rumored that he will be doing the music for the next Star Trek movie.
Ooh, that would be amazing.
Well, he's doing a damn good job right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, really, really, really good job. So looking forward to that. And the other news that I heard that it's possible. What is his name? Help me, Rocky, Heather. The guy
help me, Rhonda. Help me,
wrote
Rhonda.
The stuff.
Rhonda.
Oh, the
Who's the
composer, Jeff Russo.
No. The writer.
Oh, the writer.
Chabon.
Michael. Is it Michael?
Yeah,
Michael Chabon?
Michael Chabon.
Yeah.
Michael Chabon. It's heard that he may have a hand also within the movie, and it may have a tie-in, and it's going to take place. So far, it's going to be taking place in the Kelvin.
Oh,
okay. Cool.
So that should make a lot of people happy.
Did you guys see all of the videos and everything from the Star Trek cast about what's going on right now over on Earth?
Oh, yeah.
It was retweeted on our social media, wasn't it?
It was pretty cool.
If you guys get a chance, check it out. Go to Starfleet Underground on Twitter.
It's Starfleet Under G on Twitter.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
It's all Star Trek cast basically giving their love and hope and condolences and just everything from all the Star Trek fans during this COVID-19 that people are going through on Earth at the moment.
It was really nice. They got that out fairly quick, too.
Yeah.
It was. I saw it, and it was very touching, and it was heartfelt. You could see how heartfelt it was, which I guess brings us here at the crew to send out a special thanks to the heroes that are on Earth right now. And it is all of the nurses and doctors. Yeah. It's not only just nurses and doctors and firefighters and ambulance drivers and ambulance attendants and EMTs, but there are a lot of people who are behind the scene doing things that get overlooked, such as the cashiers and all the grocery stores, the delivery people that are taking all the food and stuff out there, the computer technicians that are at home, making sure that the communication work, that people can log in and work from home, being able to help set up their VPN, and as well as the back end people who work on the phone systems to keep the internet going. I mean, those you don't see on the news. You don't hear about them, but there are a lot of unseen heroes behind the scenes that does this. Sanitation workers.
Yeah.
It's
water,
just water, right? Power.
Electricity.
Keeping the infrastructure together.
The truck drivers, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we here at Starfleet Underground salute you out there for doing a hero's job. It's almost like a thankless job, but you can't really say that fully now because we thank you and we do salute you. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, Miss Lana, and thank you. One of the things we're going to be bringing up later is that Miss Lana we're going to have a link to it. It's not towards the end, so we're not giving out any love. We're just stating a fact. But those of you that feel that you're trapped in home and you want to be able to exercise, she is going to let you know how to do it, which is going to be really cool.
Absolutely tooty, fresh and fruity.
Her stuff is amazing.
So for people who don't exercise very much, can you tell me a little bit more about it? Like, what do you do? What do you offer? Like, what can people expect when they go to your channel?
Well, what I've been doing right now is I actually focus on senior workouts. I help elderly folks keep moving, which are actually, I just talked about this on my Facebook page the other day. Learning how to do the live stream, which was a disaster. But
oh my God,
anyway.
Don't even worry about it. It's troubleshooting every single time you do it. It's always like that. It is not you, I promise.
Yeah. It keeps switching. I keep trying to go back to the old version, which was easier to use, and it keeps switching me back to the new version. It's what happens when you get old. You don't want to deal with technology anymore. But anyway, the great thing about senior workouts is it's low impact. It's a little less intense. So it's really good for people who are new to working out. and actually haven't done any workouts before. So if you're recovering from an injury or you've never worked out before or you need something that's a little more low impact, that's usually Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock workout. It's pretty much geared towards that. 4 o'clock is actually my personal workout that we live stream with my husband just so that we can stay accountable. And that one's a little bit more intense. We've been focusing on weights recently, but you can use bands or any type of things that you have around the house that you could just pick up. It was kind of funny because the other day I purchased some Epsom salt. I actually installed one in my quarters. I installed an earth tub. And I've been taking Epsom salt baths, but I noticed that the boxes that they delivered to me, I don't know, the Ferengis just think that you need way too much. So are 15 pounds. So if I were to pick one box up in each hand, I could do 2 15-pound, military presses or something overhead. So you can just get creative with what you have in the house if you don't have weights or bands around. So I usually do 2 different classes a day, Monday through Friday, if you're talking about Earth time. And then we take a day off usually on Saturday, or we do something super easy on Saturday. And Sunday, I either do a Pilates workout or I do a yoga workout. I try to alternate each week. This week is going to be yoga.
Cool. Sounds like fun.
Now, that's pretty cool. Now, if people who want to watch are like me and you don't work out much on account of your condition, like on account of my condition is that I don't like working out often, you can watch the Twitch stream and play I Spy with my little eye. They have a large amount of sci-fi paraphernalia that you can see in the background.
Yeah, and sometimes we like to move stuff around just to see if people notice it. So, yeah, and we have one thing that keeps getting comments is we still have our Earth Christmas tree up because it's covered in sci-fi ornaments, and I feel like it just needs to stay up.
That's cool.
And sometimes we have guest appearances of our dogs.
That's really cool.
Now, one of my favorite items that you can see in the background most of the time is those of you out there who remembers the black hole from Disney.
I do.
Do you remember the robot with that? Not Maximilian,
not Maximilian,
the little one,
but Bob.
The other
Bob and
Vincent.
Yeah,
Vincent.
Yeah.
Now, if you got sharp eyes, there's a full-size Vincent in the background.
Full size?
Not full size.
Cool.
Real lifelike size Vincent.
Oh my God, that's way
that
cool.
alone is worth watching the Twitch stream.
Yeah, Andy is a bit obsessed with old, very, very old Earth movies, and he really fell in love with Vincent. He wants to make a Bob too.
That's cool.
So that will happen.
You realize that if he made a Maximilian, I probably will sound like a bath toy being squeezed repeatedly. I came over and see that.
That's a pretty terrifying. But if you need to get your weeds trimmed, Maximilian would be the one to do it.
That's very true.
That's for certain.
Maybe he can help you with the Tribble problem.
oh, yeah, that could get messy though.
That would work. Now, Rocky, have you had anything from our social media that people have written questions on or anything about?
Yeah, I've got a couple. I had a lot of fun on social media this week. First of all, just to talk about if you ever happen to be like the queen of a country and you wear green on a television address.
Oh, yeah.
He will get photoshopped. And there's a lot of jokers out there that Photoshop. And one of them was a Star Trek fan and put the Queen of England in a Starfleet uniform.
Yes.
Which was awesome.
Nice.
And then somebody took that one and put it on the view screen of the bridge on the Enterprise with Picard watching and put her with some Starfleet background. And it looked like she was addressing him from Starfleet. It was so cool.
That's so awesome.
So I love all the Photoshoppers out there. They're great. And if I see something like that I definitely retweet those. Those are awesome. And then, what else did I see on, there was an attack of Baby Yoda with Heather, which was quite entertaining.
Yes.
That's a little inside joke, but that was a good one. Have you guys heard about Spirited Cocktails with Kate in the time of coronavirus?
Yes, I just saw that.
That is so cool.
I was going to mention that, yeah.
Yeah, Kate Mulgrew is doing this thing on Zoom, and she's just not doing this with anybody. you've got to be a fan and you've got to write to her. You've got to email just about 3 or 4 sentences worth of telling you how the isolations changed you and society and all this and that. It's on her Twitter account, so you can go look at the actual details. But the email is cocktailswithkate@gmail.com. And every week she's going to pick 6 of the best submissions, and then they have a Zoom meeting with her. And it's completely possible.
Pretty cool.
That some of her friends from Star Trek will show up too.
Squeeze.
That's awesome.
So that's like, I can't believe that's way cool. And I'm very intimidated that I'd have to write something cool to Kate because she is a smart woman.
What would you write?
Right? What would you write?
I don't know.
Yeah, you'd have to think about it.
Are you going to submit?
I'm too afraid to. I couldn't possibly.
What the hell would that? Yeah, that is intimidating,
right?
You know, it's like I couldn't even ask Patrick Stewart what's his shoe size. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah,
that's
so
pretty damn
but
cool.
if you've got if you can put a few sentences together that look like they make sense, I highly recommend trying this.
Yeah, her information is on her Facebook also.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it says cocktailswithkate@gmail.com.
Yep.
So those of you out there, do it. And if you happen to get lucky, let us know so we can get you on the show to talk about your experience.
Yeah, I'd love to hear about that stuff. That should be a tremendous amount of fun.
That will be cool.
Now, here's a question that I got from somebody that sent a wave out to me. One of the things that they want to have answered, a question that they have for Picard, was we never found out who Soji and Daj's mother was. Was it internal programming, or was it something that came from the synth planet, or what?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Agnes? Like Agnes is their mother, and not just because of what happened on the last episode, but because she was Agnes and Maddox were boyfriend and girlfriend, and she helped him get to the level or be where he was at, and therefore she helped him create the sense.
I see where you're trying to make that connection, but I don't think that's what happened.
Okay, what do you think?
No, because when she talked on the communicator, it wasn't Agnes's face for either one.
No, I think she was a program that was getting filtered. I imagine it was actually one of the synths on the synth planet talking to her. Or maybe it was just a program.
It looked like... but they never answered. Yeah, that one. Yeah. They never answered that. So that was a good question.
I felt like it was a program because I felt like it was almost like a hypnosis type program because it would always make her fall asleep at the same amount of time to end the conversation.
Yeah,
I just wonder what nonverbal communications were happening in that was it 70 seconds?
Oh, yeah.
Because I imagine there was some nonverbal droid stuff going on while she was trying to stay awake and falling asleep.
How did Soji lose her memory to begin with? And why was she not allowed to remember Soon and all of them, Maddox?
I think it's programming. They programmed her to, well, Maddox programmed her and Daj to go find out what's going on with the whole conspiracy, right? So they sent Daj to Earth, and she ended up trying to get into the Daystrom. And then Soji, I don't know how they sent her to the Borg, but that's where they sent her. And obviously that's where the Romulan action was going on. So
why wipe their memories?
I think in order for them to appear as human as possible so no one knows that they're an android. Because if you remember in the beginning of the show, they had basically an ambassador ship go out to greet people. And Commodore O turned around and sent a message to Rios's captain, kill them. Don't even let anybody know. And they classified the record because she was head of security.
So definitely.
So the next time they send somebody,
like
it's like, well, we can't let people know. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
It's like, well, next time we can't send anybody out to make them like that they know they're androids. Right.
And the only way to blend in is by making them think they're human. Okay, that makes sense.
But it is a very interesting technique that you would call back every night, or at least whenever you're stressed, for exactly 70 seconds the entire time. And, that communication goes somewhere and somebody could trace it. Although it was not easy to trace, even that it just went off the planet. So when Laris was helping Picard figure all that out, she couldn't quite figure out where it was going to. It was just off-world.
It was the ultimate VPN.
Yeah, it's a very, very good VPN. Soji VPN, yeah.
Now, the last 2 questions I got, which were pretty cool, which I'll bring up, is one, now that they sent an ambassador to the synth planet and it's under Starfleet protection, does that remove the ban?
Yeah, they said it was. Yeah, in the last episode, Picard was even making a statement that now I can travel too, because he's recognizing himself as a synth. So the ban's been lifted. Yeah.
So, okay, listener, that was your answer. That means you needed to watch the show a little bit more closely or give it a watch again. And the last part is, what the hell happened to Weasel Man?
We had our theories about that last episode. We think he's having a good time on the synth planet with all the hot-looking Soji copies.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that when they were building Picard back, they sent somebody and took his ass to jail. For those of you know who Weasel Man is, that's Narek.
Yeah, that's Narek. The word on the, what do you call it? The articles written officially about Star Trek stuff was that he was written to be arrested by Starfleet and taken into custody, but we just didn't see it because of editing.
Yeah, that was interesting. They didn't tie that up.
I think it could be you could do some very interesting things even if you did get him arrested, because what if he broke out? What if he was arrested and broke out on transit? Then all of a sudden in season 2, there's a crazy Narek running about.
He needs to be gone.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs to be gone. He was just a little too, I still can't figure out what Soji saw in him. But
they're going to bring him back. I mean, they didn't show what happened to him, and then he has that whole relationship with Soji, plus he has revenge. He has to get back at 7 and 9 for killing his sister. Like, that whole aspect of it is another reason why he would come back, right? So they have to bring him back in season 2.
What if Soji's just keeping him in her cabin as a sex slave?
Like a reverse Leia on Star Wars?
Yeah, there you go. Chained up.
That would be pretty wild.
That would be pretty kinky. And it wouldn't be Soji, but it would be Sutra, right? Sutra would be rebooted and hanging out on the planet still.
That's true.
Does that mean Narek's wearing a chain neck?
Yeah. And he's like bare chested.
He's wearing a bikini. Yep.
I need to see that photoshopped. I'm just saying that to everybody out there who can Photoshop. I need to see that. Narek in a Leia outfit being held by, was it Soji?
Like Soji. You see it there telling them, you will give me a multiple tonight or die.
The ultimate revenge.
Would be wild.
It's Soji's revenge. That's awesome.
Oh my God. Seriously. The one thing I will say is that he did play the part of being somebody who's a tortured soul, because it was established canon there that Romulans won't tell you their true name unless they love you. So apparently he did love Soji. It's just he was conflicted with his sister, and Lord knows what was going on with that freaky relationship.
Oh my God. So, that just brought back some Game of Thrones to me, the way they acted towards each other. I was like, what is happening here?
I still haven't seen Game of Thrones, guys, so I'm going to have to watch that, and you guys are spoiled everything.
Alert.
You haven't seen that?
No, I've been living under a rock. Go figure.
Oh my God. Well, wait until they reshoot like the last season and then watch it.
I'm looking for the Starbucks cup.
Yep.
It gives a weird Oompa Loompa kind of vibe between those two, and I hope she is dead. The actor, I think,
phenomenal actress.
That's just a testament to their ability. She
was amazing.
Very good.
She did such a good job.
Anybody that can inspire hate.
I was like, from the start, oh boy.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I really enjoyed her performances. It was just she played evil, spy so well. I was like, oh, I like her. She's a cool character. And then her character killed Hugh, and I was like, gosh, oh man, I don't like her. But the actress is phenomenal.
That was very hard to watch.
Yeah. No, she did an amazing job, especially you have those points that you just mentioned, and then the point where she sees the end of the world and she's like emotional and crying and like, I've got a purpose now. Like you can actually sort of see her, I
kind of like the backstory to the Romulan brother and sister. At the end of the whole thing, I actually kind of like Narek a little bit more because he had the backstory being the misfit of the family and always getting into trouble and never doing anything right. And he's trying to make a change. He's not necessarily doing the right things, but he's trying.
And he has a thing for Romulan Rubik's Cubes.
And he's really, he's got the fidgety fingers. He likes to do stuff.
So that's why Soji liked him.
And that's probably why Soji liked him. He was very handy with his fingers. I'm sure there's a website that I can go on to look for that kind of stuff, right?
But it probably is.
I'm sure there is.
Finger technique?
Oh my God.
Either that or Star Trek cosplay porn.
Oh.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, that's true. That's out there too.
They have everything.
I haven't seen that in a while. I've got to go Google.
In a while.
I'll be back. I'll be in my bunk.
There was a game we used to play a long time ago called Google Whacking. Because you can put a phrase in Google and guarantee no matter what you put in, almost you're going to come back with a result. Google Whacking was for you to find that one phrase that only returns one result that had no links going to or from it.
Interesting.
Yeah, you kill a lot of time doing that. But yeah, a lot of the weird stuff you put in, there's a site for it.
That's
Wow.
You know, there's like tires dressed up as Marilyn Monroe as a sex object. Oh, there's a link.
Oh my God.
So
Oh.
definitely.
Stretching the search engine in ways you can not possibly imagine.
So we can Google Narek dressed up as Slave Leia.
Oh, good point. I wonder if that's up. Now I have to check.
For research purposes.
For research. For science.
For science.
Actually, there is.
Oh my God.
Wait, I think so. Wait, somebody, and when I went to
I
put it
see
in,
it.
Google
No,
finished it
you're
out. For me.
right.
That told you if you could put it out there, somebody has done it.
Oh,
Holy
wow.
cow.
That's hilarious.
Isn't that just bizarre? I swear.
People are
With
funny.
all of our collective manpower, we should be able to find a cure for this virus in no time.
Right.
If we can do all of that stuff. But I'm serious. I will say the show, just to go about the actors in this, were all incredible. I mean, I'm a student of body language because I watch people's body language, and the actors on here, they matched up, because sometimes you get actors that are what they say and how their body responds and what they do don't sell the character. Picard didn't have that issue. The whole show was filled with top notch. Everybody from Picard and from Patrick Stewart himself to Michelle to even Narek, all of them, Lisa Bronis, all of them. It was just a phenomenally well-crafted show. I enjoyed it.
Well, I find with Star Trek, a lot of the actors come from theater and a high caliber theater background. I mean, you're going to go up against Patrick Stewart, who is actually in the Royal Shakespeare Company, like the Shakespeare Company. You've got to have skills. I mean, you've got to be able to bring it. And to be that level of actor, definitely make sure that you're that good. And they do not hold back on Star Trek. It's always a high caliber of acting, usually on Star Trek.
Yeah, and he started from what? Do you remember him in Dune?
Dune, I'll have to go see again. It's been years since I've seen Dune.
He was in Dune. He was also in a little sci-fi movie called Life Force. It was about a female space vampire that walked around naked most of the day, sucking men's lives.
I'll have to go check that one.
Life Force? Okay.
Life Force.
That sounds like one of the ones that was on the shelf back when I was looking for videos at the video store.
It was a halfway decent movie. It's about these people in space that find these space aliens that kind of look human. They were male and female, but the female one survived. And of course, she's got like a killer bod, and she was able to absorb people's life force. And Patrick Stewart is in there, young Patrick Stewart with hair.
Wow.
I know. So, but the whole thing, that was just amazing. Did you have like, oh, go ahead. Sorry, Heather, go ahead.
Sorry. Just a second. Wait, 1 minute.
Oh, she's looking at that picture of Narek in the Leia outfit.
I know. She lost it, sucked away all of the moisture in her mouth. She's like,
You need a minute. Okay.
She needs a napkin.
No, I was going to say, do you guys remember Patrick Stewart in Blunt Talk?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't he
hysterical.
fantastic? Oh, it was so funny. And it was raunchy and it was rude and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean,
everything
that you think Patrick Stewart is, he was the opposite of in Blunt Talk.
It was
that on
completely,
HBO?
Was it HBO?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was
I think
HBO.
it was HBO. Yeah.
Okay.
It was so good.
I was upset when it was canceled.
Yeah, me
it
too.
was that was something else. And his son is in it too, is what if I understand correctly.
Yep.
So good. You just the Patrick Stewart like you've never seen him before. I mean,
No.
Jean-Luc was nowhere near that character.
It was awesome to watch. I mean, cursing and the way he talked to people, and there was nudity and balls and sex and drugs, and it was just awesome.
Yes, indeed.
Yep. So yeah, go check it out.
Now, there's what was the name of the movie? Give me a second. Talks amongst yourselves. This is like the library.
I could bring up my other poll while we're talking about this. We did another Twitter poll talking about, because all the things we loved about Star Trek Picard, what was the most unexplored character that you wanted to get more of in Star Trek Picard? And not including Hugh. That was a very important line, not including Hugh, because everybody wanted more Hugh.
Mm-hmm.
Hugh was the best.
I put out the choices to be Daj, Vup, Bejazzle, or Maddox.
But
What?
no, Vut. Wait, how do you say his name?
VUP, Vup.
Vup. Vup.
Vup
Wait,
did not
be careful.
score very high on this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It turns out that Daj, which I wanted a lot more of, she got 42%, which was most of the votes. Vup, only 9%.
Oh my
Only
gosh.
And the
He was
hard
good.
race was between the tie for second between Bejazzle and Maddox.
Wow.
Who do you thought got more? Would it be Bejazzle or Maddox? Who got more of their votes?
I definitely wanted to know a lot more about Maddox. I felt like they left a lot on the table that I would have liked to explore.
I agree. And so
Maybe
did everyone
there's-
else. But it was a very close call because Maddox got 25% of the vote and Bejazzle got 24%.
Don't worry, there's probably a Synth-O-Matic somewhere.
It's a
Or
probably
a
a good
golem,
idea.
Right?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
gotta be.
Maybe
Yeah.
there's a golem.
Yeah, Maddox was such an interesting character because, especially if you watched Next Generation and all those years of knowing that this guy was out there and he freaking wanted to just treat Data like he's a piece of technology.
Yeah, well, we see he learned from that.
Yeah, he learned a lot from it. He came
Mhm.
around. I mean, he was doing some amazing
Mhm.
mad scientist stuff, being crazy mad scientist and making bots.
And Data was helping him throughout the whole thing, wasn't he? Giving him journals and updates and that stuff.
Yeah, he was getting updates from Data. I would think that would be a standard practice with any Android you get in contact with in his line of work. Is you collect all the updates you can. And he was, doing some amazing things. I mean, he made the wonderful plastic people run to Mars until they went crazy and killed everybody.
We found that it was Commodore O that was responsible for them going crazy
Yeah,
and making them do everything that they did.
it was all a Romulan conspiracy.
Yep. One of the things which I remember watching the show again is that the Gollum part, I think, was going to be the last one to do, because if you remember what Dr. Soon said, is that it took the three of them to be able to do what they did.
Again.
And now with one of them dead, they're not going to be able to do that. That was the last Gollum body because he did the body. I think Maddox did the imprint for the memory, and there was something else I don't recall off the top of my head. But now with one piece missing, they may not be able to do that as much.
Yeah, at least not in the near future.
No, seriously, like they would not have had that golem last for 3 years. If you had spent all that time, your whole lifetime with 3 other people and one of them are dead, you're not saying, okay, I'm making a Picard golem, but he's only going to last for a few more years.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a waste. Like, oh, you're going to only live so long.
You're not
what,
gonna
10
do
years?
that.
I mean, what kind of experiment are we running here?
Well,
Right.
Well, how old was McCoy when McCoy came on the next gen?
Well, they definitely, there's a longer lifespan in next gen because McCoy was in his hundreds.
Yeah, so it's possible that Picard could like tool around for another 50, 60, 70 years.
Yeah, you would
before
think.
he's like, to be all the way out. So he wouldn't be saying engage. He'd be like, engage. So he'd still be
the
around.
Golem's not going to outlast the life of the actual actor, I don't think.
No.
But I don't know what I have to say to that. Just that thought popped in my head, and I got to think of something else now. But happy and bunny and butterflies and everything's great.
So now the computer finally spit back my result that I
good.
put in a query for it. So I'm happy. I wonder what's going on. The subspace might be having problems, but it's on Amazon Prime. So for those of you that have Amazon Prime, you can see this today. I think it was a well done. It just showed Patrick Stewart's acting chops. It was a movie put out in 1998 called Safe House. It was a psychological thriller where he plays a intelligence operative who is beginning to go through Alzheimer's. And he does this thing with the computer that he tells his family that he has to do it every day because if they kill him, it's going to release all this secret information and he feels that people are after him.
Oh,
the
wow.
family says it's Alzheimer's, you're nuts. And as the movie progresses, you start to think, is somebody really after him or is he really losing it?
Oh, that's interesting.
And you really get to the point as he continues along to try to figure out, is it his imagination or what? And it's really done. He does such a great job in that movie. I remember being so enamored on it that I actually went out and bought it. And you got Patrick Stewart, Kimberly William Paisley's in it. Hector Alonso is in it. as
cool.
well as Greg Shoemaker. So they got some pretty good characters. So if you guys see it, I'd be interested to hear what you think of it next time.
Cool.
And of course, all of our viewers, if you want to see Patrick Stewart's Shakespearean acting chops.
And one more time, the name of the film?
Safe House.
Safe House. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Runtime hour 52 minutes.
Ooh.
It was done in 1998. It wasn't in theater. It was, I think, originally a Showtime deal.
Wow.
And so it was, I thought it was done. And IMDb gives it 7 out of 10 stars from over 2,000 ratings.
Not too shabby.
Cool.
Yeah.
And
the right amount of shabbiness.
Yeah. Well, you put it in the perspective of Star Trek. You said that was 98.
It was done in 98.
So I don't know about you guys, but I dusted off the old First Contact virtual DVD because I watched it on Apple TV instead of the actual copy of a DVD. But last weekend was the anniversary of the yet to happen First Contact, where the Vulcans discover Zephyr Cochrane and his warp ship. I don't know if you guys got a chance to take a peek at the movie, but I got to it last night, and it was really good Star Trek. I mean, it's one of my favorite Star Trek films.
One of my favorite Star Trek films.
Oh, it's like, it's so perfectly action packed with, I mean, it's almost like a Die Hard for Star Trek kind of quality, but it's its own film. It's not anything like Die Hard. And it's still got all the, the little bits of Star Trekiness in it, of course. And it was just, prime Star Trek. And that was in 96, if I remember my dates correctly. So I want to see the Safe House movie now.
I also find it's on YouTube. So those of you that got the tube,
you
can see it on there too. So it's everywhere.
YouTube's got movies now.
Yeah,
they've noticed that they've got some movies. Yeah. YouTube has got stuff.
Now I have a question since we didn't get a chance to ask. We asked your husband, dear Ms. Lana. Okay. Did you have a favorite part in the series?
I don't know. That's a good question. Favorite part. Not really, but when you just said the word butterflies, I really love the butterflies on that planet. They really stood out to me. I thought that was a nice touch. And I liked your observation on a previous podcast where you talked about how butterflies are a symbol of renewal. And so on my second watching of it, I just noticed them even more, and it stood out to me even more.
Yeah, I agree. The butterflies were really awesome. And I liked what they did where they had the butterflies' wings change color. I love that part.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, the little CG embellishments of the butterflies, not only on the Synth planet, but also on the Romulan planet where they picked up Elnor. They had little butterflies in that too. And I just thought it was so cool that work they did. I mean, you can tell it's CG, but it's not like taking you out of the show's quality CG. It's pretty good CG. And it's just cool little artwork like that. Just, it's very beautiful.
Yeah.
It's such attention to detail. And it's those little things that bring it to life. Is just, I'm looking forward to next season already. Do you have anything that you would love to see in next season, Lana?
No, but I'm really excited that Whoopi Goldberg's going to be in it. I'm really curious to see how they're going to incorporate her. So that's very exciting to me.
Yeah, me too. I agree with that.
I'm hoping that they find a way to bring in John DeLance for Q.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing. Yeah.
Oh, because they already said they're going to be bringing in a doctor. So he's in talks to come in. I would love to see Worf again, as well as LaForge.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Chewbacca.
That would be interesting.
Space Wookiee.
Hey, maybe the Space Wookiee would eat the Tribbles.
I hope they give us Tribbles. That would be cool if we could see Tribbles on Picard.
That would be awesome.
That'd be great too.
A little bit of Tribble action on Picard. That would be great.
A little bit of Tribble action.
Action Tribble.
To have it on top of his hair.
That's awesome.
Tribble on Picard's head. I would pay money to see that. That would be funny.
Right? Or if we could get him to go into Quark's bar and Quark's there as a bartender.
Yeah.
I would love to see more of the other shows being brought into Picard. Totally. Like, so mentioning the Doctor from Voyager, any of the actors from Voyager or DS9 would be so good to see. I don't know how you can sneak in some of the ones from Enterprise because of the year difference, but it would be so cool to see what they can work in. And, you can also bring actors in as completely different characters. Star Trek is known for doing that as well. And that would be sweet to see happen. It'd be so cool. The bar is set so friggin' high from Star Trek Picard, but you can go so much higher So I can't wait to see what they do.
Well, time travel is a thing. So we could see, characters from Enterprise, from Discovery, from, technically the original series, but not really. But you know what I mean?
Totally.
Time travel, right?
Very interesting idea. It's not like it's never been done before.
No, we still got Scotty flying out there somewhere during next gen times.
Oh, yeah.
So Scotty technically could still be around. They could definitely do that. And they have James Doolan's son, who looks almost like a mirror image of his father. They could bring him in and easily reprise the role of his dad being a little older, because remember, he was caught in a Dyson sphere and they brought him out and they gave him a shuttlecraft and he was bounding around the universe. So that would be kind of a nice big shock and surprise to see him.
I'm just wondering what alien race they're going to focus on in the next season, because this one was pretty much all about the Romulans and the XBs. But, are we going to see Klingons and Andorians? I mean,
Crackheads.
That's very interesting. Yeah. Because, they focused on the whole artificial intelligence thing, which is like the hot sci-fi, but not quite sci-fi anymore because it's coming. The whole idea of what's happening in the future. Are we going to be, scanned into becoming digital beings? It's just, that's some crazy sci-fi stuff right there. And they really hit it. And the whole idea of artificial intelligence and, it's classic Terminator kind of stuff, that story, the synth's gone rogue kind of story. That was cool that they touched on that. And I'm interested to see what's next. And I hope that, and they said it's not going to be a virus, right? There's no viruses.
God, I hope not.
No, it's not.
We don't need to see it on TV and experience it. So
yeah, they're not going to do that. It would be really interesting if maybe one of the episodes for Picard, we could have the Discovery crew come in, because Michael Burnham's out there doing a bunch of time travel right now. So that would be pretty interesting if she came to this time and this planet and she needed Picard for a mission and it was just a one episode type of a thing.
That could be very interesting.
Maybe they can do it as a short, like they did with Discovery before they start the season.
That's right. They could do so many cool little things in the shorts right now.
Yeah.
So cool. I love the shorts. I mean,
oh my God, the tardigrade.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Some of the shorts were a little weird, but I like the idea of the shorts just to be able to explore parts that you just can't explore in the main storyline. That's the coolest thing about the shorts.
Now, before we start getting towards our wrap up, I also like to acknowledge the after show and what a great job Wil Wheaton did this season on being a fan and as well as an interviewer. I think he did a bang up job.
Oh, he's great. He's got skills as an on-camera personality when he's not. I mean, it's one thing to be an actor, but to just, talk to people on camera like that and be natural and entertaining at the same time. Not everybody can do it. And Wil Wheaton's got that skill. He's totally good at it.
It would be nice if we could see Wil Wheaton be brought back for season 2.
True.
That would be a nice cameo.
That would be cool. Oh, that, because he's old enough.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got the Riker beard.
There you go.
Yeah. So what's happened to him since everything has gone on? That's a really good thing there, Heather.
I would love
Hopefully
to see
somebody
that.
with the show would listen to us and make it happen.
Fingers crossed, and toes and eyes.
Question, since we're beginning to wrap up here, it's open topic. What would you guys like for our next podcast? Or this is for the crew as well as for those of you listening. We're going to be taking suggestions in a vote to find out what we're going to do in the next podcast. It might be more of Picard, or we might start talking about the future of what's coming on with Discovery and Section 31. Oh, damn. No, I didn't call you. Get out of here. No,
Lower
I
decks.
was talking about the thank
show.
you, Lower Decks.
Yeah.
See, we're talking about Lower Decks. Leave the room, please. Leave. Thank you. All right. I heard Heather's getting ready to take a shower. Go over there.
Hey, don't take, they come over here enough. We don't need to tell them to come back.
Oh, no, they're talking about they want to watch Lana run around again. No, leave. Fred, put up the transport inhibitors. I mean, that Fred's not here. Oh, my God. Rocky, turn them on. Turn on the please.
All right.
Oh.
They're on.
Okay, good.
I think we should get at least
out.
good 5 minutes without them.
Good. All right. So everybody, please write in. Let us know. Thank you for those of you that sent us questions. I mean, they were really thought-provoking. And for those of you engaging with us on social media, keep it up. And who knows, you might be on the show next time. So we're getting ready to wrap it up here. Lana, we're going to make sure that you, on all of our ways, we'll have the links for your Twitch. Remind us again when we could see you.
Monday through Friday at 1 and 4 p.m. Pacific time, Earth time, and usually Sundays at 4 p.m.
Outstanding. So make sure you look and see how many sci-fi memorabilia you can spot in the background as you're working out. And don't forget to please send us emails, suggestions. Give us a like. If you picked us up on Apple Podcasts, go ahead and rate us. It'll make it easier for people to find us when they do a search, as well as on YouTube. So this has been a great show again. Thank you, Lana, for showing up.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
Yeah, we here at the crew of Starfleet Underground are not telling you to just have a great week, but make it so.
Starfleet Underground, beaming into a podcast feed near you. Log on to our website at starfleetunderground.com and send your comments and questions to thecollective@starfleetunderground.com. Follow us on Twitter at StarfleetUnderG and on Facebook and Instagram, we're Starfleet Underground.